living off the land?
Before that, this really like profound thought. Oh yeah, like what is the point of like what we're doing now? Like we're learning and stuff to get a good job, to get paid well. We get paid with like cash money, and then our cash money apparently stands for gold.
Yeah.
But like, what worth is gold?
I don't care about gold.
Yeah, it's just a mineral, and the only reason we need it is because people like want more money to buy things, which is dumb because you never come into contact with the gold. You're just like, basically our whole money system is comprised on thinking that you have this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have $5, so that tells you I have $5 in gold. I should have $5 in gold. This stands for $5 in gold.
Yeah.
But it's dumb because this is $5 in gold that I'm supposed to have, that you'll never see, that the government has given to me somehow, that I owe to that the government first of all owes to a different country.
So then how come we can't go to stores with like a little tube of like gold, like gold shards? Like, why can't
Because
we...
they only take money.
But that's dumb. If money is like a replacement for gold, then we should be able to do that with gold too.
But they don't take straight gold because we don't have that gold.
We don't have that gold, but what if we did? What if we wanted to go like to the government building, whatever place that has all the blocks of gold, and we like gave them all of our money and we told them that we wanted
I want my damn gold
for the gold.
Yeah.
Like, what if we did that?
I want to see my money.
And then we carried
actual...
our gold around. It wouldn't even matter because no one wants the gold. They want the money.
Exactly, but ultimately the gold is the money. But it doesn't matter because you never see that.
I know.
So it's like our whole money system is stupidity. It's all based on the belief that behind this there is something else providing this.
But really, the gold is not providing the money. The trees are providing the money. The ink is providing the money. You know, whatever the money is made out of is providing the money, not the gold.
The fibers and stuff. It's...
And, like, I really think that that's what should count. It's like, you know, if you have those trees to kill to make the money,
if there are like 5
then that's
trees,
your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Parky, like, I wrote a paper about it one time when we needed to or something, about how, like, the barter system, I feel like the barter system was, like, our golden era. Like, we had our shit together. Like, I give you a chicken, you give me milk from your cow.
Exactly. Why can't we just do that? That's the point. Like, I don't believe in money at all. Like, you know, I believe that if you, like, you know, you do your job, like, in the community, whatever it is, then that should be it. Then you know, you do what you have to do, and then you can go and get what you need, you know? You know what I'm saying?
It should be like self... How should I say it?
I don't know. I know what you're getting at.
It should be self-sufficient. The economy should be run on like if I give you this much, you have to give me the same amount back. It should be, okay, every day I'm going to go, like, help you build doors for your houses. But if I do this every day of my life, or like every weekday or whatever, if I go and I build these doors in this factory,
if I make this commitment to you,
then you should provide this much food to me.
Yes.
And it's like I told Moose about this in my paper about corporations and stuff, and I told him, like, the barter system was our golden era because that's when we had everything figured out and we knew, like, it didn't have to be an quote unquote equal exchange. It was like, if I provide something for you, you provide something for me. Like, if like you said, like, if I do this commitment, I make doors every day in this factory, I should be able to come home to enough eggs for, like, the week or something, and enough milk for the week and enough vegetables. I shouldn't have to, like, take this money that you give me that stands for gold, which I never get to see, and pay someone else for only so much, like I can only buy this much milk or this many eggs and stuff. And I really don't see... The only problem with that is human greed, I think.
It really is.
Is people want more than they really need.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I don't see the point of that because, I mean, you know, I've never gotten, like, satisfaction from, like, when my parents or, like, you know, my family, like, would buy me stuff, like, that I asked for. Like, I never found satisfaction from those items. Not really, you know?
For me, it's always what you do with those items.
Yeah.
Like this camera that I bought. Like, it's not, oh, I have a camera.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I'm going to capture all these, like, moments with this camera. Which I don't really need. Like, my memory serves me better than that.
Yeah. And, like, with my camera, it's like, you know, I really, really wanted it, and then I got it, and I was like, I don't even really know how to use this, kind of, and it didn't really serve me well. I had another thought, but I lost it. Oh, when I was in Colorado, camping in the Rocky Mountains, there was this Amish family in the camp space next to ours, and like they had like 17 kids, and it was like 17 kids and like 2 parents, and I don't like they, oh man, it was just so cool, like the way that they were, like every night they would sit around like their bonfire, and like the dad would like play a guitar, and like the other kids would like have instruments too, and they would like sing and stuff. And, you know, they were all dressed in their, like, Amish outfits. And, like, I was just, like, watching them, and I was just like, now that's how it's supposed to be. You know?
And I that's the same thing. Like, I was thinking about that the other day. I was telling someone about Camp OK. Mm-hmm. Like, the camp I was a counselor at last year. Mm-hmm. They were asking me, like, oh, what did you do there as a counselor and stuff? And, like, one of my favorite parts of the day... Well... My favorite part of being a camp counselor was being with the kids, like, seeing them exposed to, like, GPS trackers, which they'd never seen before. Like, it wasn't the actual activities, it was just being with them. Like, and then at the end of the day, my favorite part of the day, I guess they kind of go together. At the end of every day, we'd have a campfire. Mm-hmm. And there's this fire pit, and there's all these benches around it, and we would all sit around the benches and stuff. And we'd basically put on, like, a show. Like, we would tell us a funny story or a scary story, and then we'd sing a bunch of camp songs, and then we'd do different things, like Three-Headed Monster, and it was just... It was the togetherness of it all. Like, we didn't have anything to do with that. We just had... we had each other, and we had our imaginations. Mm-hmm. And then after the campfire, my absolute favorite part of... the camp was me, Jumper, and Rachel would sing, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but we sang Goodnight Sweetheart. Never heard it. And we'd always substitute, instead of sweetheart, we'd say the camp cabin names. So we'd be like, Goodnight Sweetheart, or we'd be like mine was 6B, so it'd be like, Goodnight 6B, well, it's time to go. Goodnight 6B, well, it's time to go. I hate to see you, but I really must say, Goodnight 6B, goodnight. And the campers would all, like, trail off, and half of them were, like, already falling asleep, like, stumbling in the dark as we went up the path to the cabins, and it was always, like... And then we'd get back to our cabins, and before we went to sleep, everyone would take their showers and stuff if they were going to take them at night and stuff, and we would all brush our teeth and stuff. And everyone would sit in their bunks, and everyone would be in their pajamas and stuff, and we'd be ready to sleep. And me and Jumper would sit on the table in front of all the campers, because there was bunk here, bunk here, bunk here, and a bunk here. And we'd sit in front of the campers, and we would literally just talk for a good 10 to 20 minutes, usually after lights out when we were supposed to be asleep. But, like, they never minded. And we called it reflection time, which I thought was really cheesy. Mm-hmm. But, like, we would just talk, and the first night we didn't really talk about camp. We just talked about, like, each person's, like, family and their personal situations and what they were good at and stuff. And, like, it was just really, really cool. Just have, like, these 5th and 6th graders just tell you what they thought. And tell you that they thought, like, war was bad, and even though their dad fought in the war, like, they they didn't think it was okay that they should have to hurt other people. And like they have all these profound thoughts that, I don't know, if we just took the time to listen to each other, would be like, you're right, there should be this time where we just share stuff instead of like this constant like giving and taking and giving and taking and mostly taking, and then sleeping and then doing more taking and going to work and going to school and having the life sucked out of us and stuff. There should be this true exchange of information. I've always thought, like, teachers, you're not really doing your job unless you're learning from your students just as much as you're teaching them. And that's why I love Miss Mao, because she teaches, but she listens.
Yeah, like, she doesn't act like she knows everything. Like, she's honest, and she's just like, oh, you're making me feel like, you know, I'm, like, so terrible and everything.
You're making me insecure and all this stuff.
Yeah. It makes me sad, though, because I do that to her, like, every day.
Yeah,
and, like,
me too.
I'll start saying something to Miriam, and then she'll, like, respond, like, Miss Mal will respond to me, and I'll just be like, I wasn't talking to you. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like Miss Mao, I feel like, to me, Miss Mao and Mrs. Huss are the only people in the school, like, in the teacher-wise. They're the only people. They're not teachers. They're not educators. They're just people who happen to like what they do and get paid for it.
Yeah, and who aren't perfect and know that they're not
perfect.
And they don't act like they're
like
perfect.
I like how Miss Mao allows herself 3 mistakes every class period.